Okay, so we have these three nodes. Now we need to add one edge node and one more data node, right? So we have already made them ready. They are like running now. One machine is HDP S3, that is going to be our data node, a newly added data node, and this is going to be our edge node. Right, so let me do that. So I will go here and go to action and then say add new hosts, and I will HDP. Let me just try if I'm able to SSH to them. They are started or not. SSH to HDP S3. What happened? Okay, so I was doing that on CDH screen, so I just closed it now and just let me check SSH to HDP S3, and yes, good. SSH on HDP E1, yes. So it is running and being contacted by our master machine where Ambari server is running, right? So HDP S3 dot cluster.com, this is the first machine, and HDP E1 dot cluster.com. So this is going to be edge node, this is going to be data node, and we can provide the CDH private key, Control A, Control C. So, and who is going to be the user? Nimant Pan. Okay, so I have pasted the private key of the cloud, Ambari server machine. Okay, so that's it. Just register and confirm. So they got failed. Let me just try to check what is the problem. Oh, there is some extra line comes. Okay, not beginning. Okay. Oh, I think I have chosen it for the Cloudera one. Okay, let me. I think I put them. So let me go to SSH, and I need to pick the private key of this cat id.rsa. Okay, so this is different actually. I have pasted it for Cloudera instead of HTTP. So I am copying this, removing this and pasting it. Okay, now it should work. So basically we had given the wrong key, wrong private key over here, so it got failed because then it did not get the permission to install the things on these boxes, because at this stage what it is doing actually, it's going to install Ambari agents, and that Ambari agents will keep sending heartbeat signal to Ambari server and keep notify all all the hardware status about your nodes. Okay, so this is how, I mean, on both the platforms or both the production, both the distribution, either it is HDP or Cloudera, the same working principle you can apply. Okay, so currently it's success. So it will just go through the quick check around all the services running, all the things get installed over there, and it will come back with some warnings or some failures, because to go ahead with the component installation from Hadoop or of Hadoop stack, basically there are some pre-checks that Ambari server is running on all the hosts. Okay, and that will take some time. So you can go through this warning. Okay, so currently only transparent use pages, it is warning, rest everything is okay. Hostname resolution issues. Okay, what to say, hostname resolution failed on host. Not all hosts could resolve host names of other hosts. Make sure that host resolution works properly on the host before continuing. Okay, so let me go and check here. So currently SSH on HDP S3. why it is not like that. Okay, so since we have restarted again, it did not pick. Let me just check, change it. Host name eps3 dot cluster.com. Actually, when you see host name, it should come like this. Okay, and even though we have changed it on etc sysconfig network, I'm not sure like why it is not coming. We need to check it, but let's for this time just initialize it with initialize it when manually. Let me exit out of it and do the same thing on e1. Sudo host name HDP e1.cluster.com. Okay, we can rerun this check. At least host name resolution should be okay. Because the problem is that we have copied the etc hosts file only on HDP, so we need to copy that on the other host, because if you log into the slave node 1, the etc host file of that slave node 1 does not have the entries for the newly added host. So if you do SSH on cdhs3, sorry, s1, and if you try to cat, what is happening, cdhs1, oh sorry, not cdh, my mistake, cdh, HTTP s1, HTTP s1, and if you try to cat on /etc/hosts, so there is no entry for the newly added machine. So what we just need to do is we just need to copy this, okay, from m2 to whatever ansible command we have run. We have to run it for even s3 we have done, so we just need to do it for s1, and for s2 also. Okay, so this is a mandatory requirement so that everyone of this cluster can see each other. Okay, and once it is done, you can just rerun the check again. So if you just go to that particular message, it will tell you that what is not visible from where. Okay, that will definitely give you an idea about okay, what is the problem. Okay, so we have added that entries, but still this shows us. But now we are good with the configuration, because we can see that the etc host file is identical on all the things. So I will say close it and go to next. Now here, okay, assign slaves and clients. Now this is where you can easily assign whatever you want where, right? So I want data node to be a data node, NFS gateway, node manager, region server, Phoenix, whatever. These are all slave components. I want to add them in data node, and I want the client to be added, all the clients to be added on edge node 1. If you see, it automatically picked. It automatically says, just looking at to the name of S3 and S1, right? So what else you want? Thrift server, client I don't want over here. So client is going, all the clients related to this will go on HDP even. Okay, so you will see that all the clients will go here, and we can select whatever slave node slave daemons basically you want this. So data node is okay, NFS gateway, node manager, region server, rest everything we can just leave and do next, because we just want this edge node to be installed with all the clients. So client of data node, I mean that is Hadoop client, Yarn client, HBase client. Okay, just do next. Select the configuration group to which the added host will belong to. Okay, so this configuration group is default. Okay, let them. So all this configuration pertaining to this, components will be copied to each of these hosts. Okay, configuration files should be identical on all the nodes. Okay, so let it handled by Ambari. It will copy all the configuration files. So just say next and deploy it. Okay, so it will start installing the things. Most all the clients will go over here in E1, and it will install data nodes and slave domains on S3. So while it is installing everything, it means that it is actually trying to add all these two nodes in the existing cluster. You will see that from behind, if you do HDFS operation, it is still available to the users. If you do hadoop fs minus ls, you can look into the directory. You can also do some operations on HDFS, even though at the backend it is trying to install few more things, right? You can just try to make a directory that is the right operation on HDFS. If I say mkdir and try to create /wow, so you will be able to do this in both the distribution Hortonworks as well as Cloudera. Now just try to check if it is created over here, because this is the base, or the property of Hadoop. It does not actually owned by either Hortonworks or Cloudera. Okay, so while adding the nodes into your Hadoop existing cluster on both the distribution is still, while doing that operation, that HDFS file system and other applications are still used by other users, and they can do their operation without knowing that what is happening at the back end. Okay, so this is proof that basically whatever we are doing here, it does not affect the existing operations on your HDFS cluster. Okay,
services or something else?
no, so basically in Cloudera they are like very customized in that way that they will provide the roles, right? You can create a template of roles for slave nodes, you can create a template of roles for master nodes, you can create a template of roles for edge node, and if you add new machines, you can just select the template, that what template and what, so under that template you will have a lot of roles. So that something is not feasible in HDP. You just need to select. So it has given us option, okay, that these are like slave daemons that you want. So we just checked it, right? So we just checked it, whatever we require to be installed on HDP S3, and we just select only client, and rest everything we did not check. So basically HDP E1 will be installed only with clients. So there is no role kind of model over here in HDP. In Cloudera it is like that. Okay. Yes, you need to select services one by one.
Again, or it will start from initial.
Okay, so you said that what else? What if it fails, right? So basically, what will happen is, suppose if these are the activities, okay, so whatever is check mark here, that is the green, it is all done. Now suppose if this is Spark client, if it becomes fail, this activity marked failed, that installing client is failed. Now you need to go and check why it is failed. So again, this will be saved somewhere in the log of Ambari. On this screen only you can just see. So you will just go here and try to expand it. Okay, that why it has failed. Okay, currently it will provide you the logs in this way. Okay, if it is Java related thing, you will get definitely some permission error, some directory is not created, whatever. You will go through that error, and if you grasp it, if you get okay, what should be the possible solution, you make it maybe on some respective nodes where it is actually failed. You need to go there, and if there is some permission check, you can just figure it out there and then fix it, and you just do retry on it, and that will be done. That's it, how it is done. So wherever it fails, basically it will tell you why it is failed and where it is failed. Okay, from that point onwards nothing will happen. Prior to that everything was done. Okay, so you just need to fix that and retry it, and it will be done.
Okay, all right. And it means whatever is green check, that is will be installed.
Yes.
And what else is left? Need to reprocess again.
Yes. Now see, Spark client also gets installed. So now it is scoop page. So basically these are client on HDP E1. So if you say HDFS, where is HDFS client, it means you can run hadoop fs minus ls, all the hadoop related commands. HBase means all HBase related commands. Hive client, so you can run Hive from it. You can also run beeline and everything, because beeline also is the recommended way, not the Hive command line interface. So Hive command line interface is going to be deprecated soon, and nobody is going to use it. Okay, the way to access the Hive infrastructure is always beeline. That is a client. Okay, so we will talk more on that. Pick client, you can run pick data flow slider. You can create Uzi workflows and submit it. The scoop command you can run. Okay, the yarn, I mean, you can just say yarn top or yarn application list, yarn application kill. You can run all that, and all those zookeeper related commands also you can run. Right? I think it's done all. So this is success, and it is automatically getting results. So almost 96% finished. And yes, we are good. Next, complete. It took a lot of time, but we are good. Now instead of working on master, we can just jump onto the edge node that is over here and try to see if what it shows. Alerts, there are 3 alerts. Okay, so alerts, it currently on this new new data node, we have data node, region server, metrics, everything installed. Okay, so go to dashboard, and now we can log into edge node of HDP, that is over here, or we can just write to. So instead of using this master on, I am going to do HDP E1. I'm jumping on edge node. So this is my edge node. Now again, you can do hadoop fs minus ls from here, and it should be able to see complete directory. Okay, and you can do beeline. Do I connect JDBC Hive to HDPM2 dot cluster.com 10,000 Hive show databases. So this is Hive. So we should have 2 default and Hadoop _ example, because yesterday we had created that. Yes, we have 2. That's good. We'll come out of it. So you can run everything now from edge node. Okay, so you need not to directly connect to any of master and data nodes. Okay, that's it. Now you have everything running without any problem. During the installation also everything was running. Users were able to access the cluster without any problem. Okay, and you have, so here you can now know that this is edge node. Currently you do not have components over here. So on 19 components, these are all clients only. Okay, though they have told they are being set as a component, but not all the components, not active components, just like client configuration get installed. Okay, and then rest of these are like data nodes. So I think we are good with this installation. Any questions? Okay,
we are good. Yeah.
Good. So just let's quickly. So now we installed, though we did not use it much. Let me just tell you how to remove it. So commissioning is done. That is what is called commissioning. I am just going action and say select host, data nodes, select host. We need to first decommission data nodes, node manager, region server, supervisor, whatever, and then finally we can just delete it. Currently it is host. We can just select host, start, stop, or restart, restart, turn off. We need to first go there and try to decommission everything. Filter host. So we will see that how to just remove it. But again, decommissioning means you just need to stop all the component that is running and then remove them one by one, and then finally you can just delete it. Okay, so we will see that in the next session.